got 11,780 again. Puppy dog, you gotta go. So we're gonna follow this up to the hill. I missed most of it, but there she goes. All right, guys, I know exactly why you clicked on this video. It's because you wanna see an absolute shit show. So that's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna slap 2 front wheels on this thing. I'm gonna slap 2 front wheels on this thing, get a Pintle hitch on the back. Sorry, we're gonna get the ring for the Pintle on the back. And I'm gonna show you guys how to safely Pintle tow a truck down the road. Now, I don't recommend doing this on the highway. I mean, if you can do back roads, you can do highway. It really doesn't matter to me. But as long as you follow these crucial steps, you will be fine. We are also gonna be using that guy because, well, let's just face it, this thing is, it's gonna need lights, it's gonna need chains, and it's gonna need a contact point for the hitch. Depending on where you are at will determine if this is legal or not. In my area, the cops really don't give a shit. As long as you have chains, lights, and a contact point, that's all that matters to them because, I mean, in Pennsylvania, it's no different than a tow truck, a wrecker pulling truck. So I'm gonna get everything I want thrown in the back here, anything scrap related, probably gonna leave all this stuff here. So this one's gonna get to go to scrap first. We're gonna do that tomorrow and Pintle tow this thing out of here. And we're gonna throw straps over top of everything. And then anything that can go missing in here, which I really don't think we have anything. I think everything's pretty much secured in here. Gonna take that bolt just so that doesn't end up through someone's windshield. Throw that nicely in there and go from there. So let's start setting this thing up to Pintle tow. All right, so first step, have a hitch that actually goes in. You guys could see how much shit came out of that. I had to clean a lot of the stuff out of there. So it's fine. As long as you got a Pintle and a little bit of an extension, that's all you need to be able to clear the bed sides and whatnot, because we're gonna have to take this thing up on the hill. So step 1, complete. Step 2, let's go find a set of wheels. Actually, let's go find a set of chains we can throw on this thing. I have chains on chains on chains. So make sure that you have a good set of safety chains. Thicker the better. So unfortunately, when you're filming for an hour, you lose battery percentage. So we're at 8%. I'm gonna use my other phone. Puppo's running around. And yeah, so second step, we're gonna get some wheels on there. I got 4 for each side. There's no motor in this thing. 4 lug nuts is gonna be perfectly fine. Even 3 lug nuts would be perfectly fine. My Accord runs 4, and yeah, so these will be perfectly fine. So we're gonna get this fucker on there, zip them all on. I don't know what she's looking for. We'll see. Enough for me. Good enough for my house. Torque wrench, never heard of her. So anything I use on the truck to get it here, I'm gonna bring tool-wise. I'm not gonna load my tools down, or truck with tools down just to go to the scrapyard. That's 20 or 30 minutes away. But I'm gonna start setting everything. I need a hammer. I need a pick and a screwdriver just in case, a 22 millimeter, and an impact so far to get everything off. All right, guys, it is the next day. I did go and get buckets for the gas. So we got 10 gallons of gas, and we also got 10 gallons of diesel. Now, diesel's gonna go in there, gas is gonna go in the welder. We got all this stuff strapped down. Anything that we think could go flying out, we're gonna throw in the back here. Don't worry, DOT is out today. So we got our little light back here. You can see it works. Still haven't fixed those. We got the steering tied off. We have everything pretty much up and out of the way. It's only like a 25, 30 minute drive. And we got everything strapped down. So I'm gonna try to fit as much shit back under here as possible. When this thing gets picked up, it's gonna be towed backwards, so anything in here. And then the safety chains. So Straps, everything's good. Fuel tank, this was Peggy's old tank. And then the tires, like I said, we'll take them when we get back. And you definitely want to have lights. So my straps are broken. I need to go and order new ones of those. I also did just order 20 more lights. They should be here by the 3rd. So we're gonna be putting them on the roof so we have a lot more lighting in here. And then I did find out that apparently I can just order one of these motors online. So we'll have one of them coming for like the beginning of next month. And then I need 2 pins for that, and then we can hook that lift in. I don't know where I'm gonna throw this yet, but basically get that out. I need my wife's Dakota. We're gonna, you know, move that, and she'll come in here, back up, probably push it that way, or we'll try it with the jack first. I don't know yet. I need to get it all the way down in, and then maybe we just back the truck in. But other than that, let's get all that and start heading to the. So she is off the jack stands, and we are on a straight jack. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull back up to this truck. You know what? I could just put something here. So we're gonna pull this thing out as far as possible, unhook, get the Honda out of the way, and then I'm just gonna back in here straight, get this out of the way. It's gonna be a fun. So I know you guys want a cold start, but it was 9 degrees last night, but there is absolutely no reason for me to be cold starting my truck. I did it the other day because I didn't think it was gonna get that cold, and I had to drive it, but Bertha has been plugged in overnight. You can see no grid heater, and it was 9 degrees this morning at 7. This truck starts up the same way, whether it's been plugged in or if it's 0 degrees outside. It always does that second chirp. Needs a retune. Now we got her moved out, so I'm gonna move all that shit, get that rear end out of the way, bring Bertha in, and then we'll just back right up to it from that garage door over there. It's gonna be tight, but I think we got plenty of room. See, we got plenty of room. I'm gonna just keep cutting, come all the way back to this bucket, pull into that corner, and then back straight up to her. So anyone else when they're close, just come over here, put their hand on the brake, reverse a little bit, and then let off, because I do. So I was able to angle it. There we go. Just like that. There we go. Now we just got to put a safety chain on it. We already got our lights. I'll get those turned on before we leave. And then I'm going to take a jack with me so I can get the front wheels off. All right, boys, there's where we're at. Kick them a few times, make sure they're not gonna come off. We're good. We're gonna have lights. Let's get it. I'm sorry, DOT who? We are all legal, we got this. I'm gonna move that because throw that in there. Oh shit. Yeah, we'll take them on the next one. I got a bunch of batteries to grab, but we're gonna head, like I said, it's about a half hour through Shermansdale. All right, so let's hit our first bump with it and see what happens. I said I got everything strapped down pretty good. There's one bump, and then boom. The wheels are turning straight, steering's locked. 28 minutes. It was so hard to get out of there. Like, I was sitting there for about 3 minutes waiting to make a left. Such a pain in the ass. In the Honda, I could have just whipped it, but with this, nah. We'll be all right though. We got 26 minutes to go. Can we make this tight corner? Also blows my mind how people have the newest cars and then they have salt all down the side of them. They don't even wash them. It's 22 right now, but it's like, clean that shit off. All right, that guy's making it right. So we should be able to clear this. See, doesn't hit. We are good. Sharp left here. Oh yeah. Doesn't even think about hitting. Oh, we're still doing all right. I'm gonna pull out on the main road. She's still back there. We haven't lost anything yet. We are 17 minutes from destination. And then when we get there, we're pulling the wheels, the chain, all the other shit that I had to put on there to make this legal. And yeah, I want my wheels back, definitely. My aluminum wheels. So I wanted to stop at that church back there, like I usually do, but they put a thing through it, so you can't, like I wouldn't have cleared it turning wise. I wanted to check, make sure my lights and shit aren't hanging. I really hope they're not, but I know that bungee cord was like 99% snapped, so I put a second one on it and hopefully that one holds, but we're like 10 minutes away. As long as nothing's dragging, we should be good. But this is how you safely pintle tow something down the road. Now, generally, I recommended having doors and things that can't fly out, but again, it's no different than what these scrap guys do, and they get away with. So as long as everything's secured, you'll be all right. Look at this doggo. You guys tell me she's not spoiled. She fucking loves it back there. All the room in the world to run around back there. You know, all the blankets and shit. She is comfortable. She be snoozing. So I know we're gonna get some comments that are gonna be like, oh, it's not rated or this and that. You know, you're gonna get some blatantly all over the place comments. So keep in mind, this truck that I'm hauling to scrap probably weighs what, 1,000, maybe 1,500 pounds? On the high end, maybe 2,000. The hitch receiver on my truck is rated to about no, it's rated more than that. I think it was technically rated at 14,000. And then the hitch receiver and the extension, I think those were rated at about 7,000 pounds. So no matter what way you look at this, every piece of hitch on whichever setup, it's all under the rating. Like they're overkill for what this is. So to think that it's dangerous in the slightest, as long as you have safety chains, which again, it's a pintle hitch. Those things are very, very strong and they can handle that. And you have a lot less tongue weight pintle towing something than you do, say, a wrecker picking one of these things up from the front. Because the motor's in the front, so all that dead weight, you're really only picking up a rear axle and a bed. In this case, there's no rear axle there. So again, well, I'm gonna show you guys exactly what this setup weighs when we get there and drop it off, and I'll show you that anybody that thinks that the ratings are off or it's dangerous or this and that, I'll show you them ratings and I'm gonna show you the actual weight and I'm gonna be like, you're kind of nuts. I'd be surprised if this whole thing weighed 2,000 pounds. I mean, I hope it does for the money, but I really doubt that we have over 1,500 pounds here. Let's take a bet on what y'all think is worse. Pintle towing a truck to the scrapyard, or the Mexicans hauling 3 or 4 cars up on the back of a car with nothing but those little, like, U-Haul tow hitches. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. We're pulling down. 2 minutes. See if we can clear this turn without hitting anything. Take her nice and slow. Go to the other lane. That's the only thing you gotta watch out for. If there is a bed on the truck, 100% you need to make sure you don't overturn. Or have somebody in the truck behind you steering it so that you can turn as wide as you want. I don't have that though. All right, I took a risk and didn't call first, but Josh said his scrap yards were open today for where he works, so Raven Recycling. Cut this super hard ass turn. Hopefully don't hit the taillights. Should be good. We are. Look at that. She's rolling. 11,780 right about. Mind you, I don't have any fuel in the aux tank, so we're gonna be about 700 pounds light. We would be 12.5 if we had a full tank. All right, so they weren't gonna take it because I didn't have the guy's license, but he quick sent me that. So we're gonna pull back up on the scale, reweigh her, and then we're gonna grab the front wheels. All right, we got 11,780 again. Puppy dog, you gotta go. So we're gonna follow this up to the hill. Trying to be super careful. I wanna hit this hill, but not the back of my truck. It's close. They're just taking the whole thing as shredder, I guess, so gotta figure out where they want me. I missed most of it, but there she goes. Not a problem. 3,500 pound rated for the extension. We'll go see what everything weighed. The extension's gonna be your hard part of like, are you within rating or not? So as long as that thing was under 3,500 pounds, there was nothing unsafe about that. Whole thing in there. Grab the wheels right here. So for shits and giggles, I'm gonna add 150 pounds to whatever the total gross paying weight is, just so that people don't freak out that I forgot about the wheels in the weight. But throw that down there. We got everything we need. You ready, puppers? Let's see what Bertha weighs with like no fuel. It's nice having that thing off. Now we don't gotta worry about DOT. Gonna title this video, Committing Multiple DOT Violations, just to see what happens. See if I get a call. Because I've gotten calls from like a few different agencies, which by the way, they can do that. If you have your DOT number and your business and shit online, state police will give you a call if you do something illegal and they see it, or they think it's illegal. I got a call on a TikTok video because I made a joke about no CDL. I said, I don't even have a license. And I got a call from like Wisconsin's DOT because I said, I'm out here in Wisconsin, and they saw it. Got 1.9 million views. All right, let's see what Bertha weighs without anything. So with no fuel in the aux tank, we're about 9,060 pounds. That's not bad. We're still 60 pounds over our legal gross weight, but whatever. So that weighed, what, 2,700 pounds? Did I read that right? I'm gonna check and see. Did that actually weigh 2,700 pounds? That weighed a lot more than I thought it did. So let's just call it. Oh, we'll look at the ticket. Let's look at the ticket. So 2,680 was the weight, and we got $188. So more than I thought I was gonna get. I didn't expect it to be 2,680, so about 2,700 pounds. Let's throw the wheels on there. Let's just call it an even 3,000. We are still underweight for that Pintle hitch. I can understand if we're pulling a complete ass truck and it's like 8,000 pounds, sure. But doing something like that, nah, we're fine. We are fine, right? Right, girl? How bad is it to use your lockup switch in first and just let you coast down the hill? I feel like that's a lot of, I don't know. I think it'll be all right. But 188 bucks, well within the legal limit. We got mud there. We're gonna unclick the lockup switch. There we go. She thinks she's the main character. She always sits right here on the centerpiece. Look at her. Look at her sitting. That's her spot.